What is going on, YouTube Nation? This is Darth Dividend. If you guys are new to my YouTube channel, make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss future videos. So I started to make some, let me just adjust this camera real quick. So I started to make some adjustments to my M1 Finance dividend portfolio. And some people were asking me, what are some really good monthly dividend stocks? Well, I'm going to name you 5 really good monthly dividend stocks that I own and why you should consider buying them. Again, I'm not a financial advisor, but if you guys, I would appreciate it. I'm like choking on my coffee right here, but I would appreciate it if you guys could give me a like in this video so that other dividend investors can see this. All right, there we go. So my number 1 stock I'm going to start off with, it's a very popular stock that everybody has. If you're an advanced dividend investor, or even if you're a beginner investor, it's a very popular stock. You should probably know what it is. The symbol is O. It's from Realty Income. It's a very strong real estate investment trust, probably one of the strongest real estate investment trusts out there. Very diverse portfolio. If you go on their website, they give off great information on their share and the price per share and how much it is increased. It is completely, like, it's amazing, like 100 plus consecutive dividend increases. That's pretty impressive from a real estate investment trust. It's very strong. When the bug hit, it's down a little bit, so I definitely put some more money in it. So that's number 1 is symbol O, Realty Income. Number 2 is Stag Industrial Complex. That's another real estate investment trust. That one is more of the industry. I mean, the name speaks for itself. It owns a lot of warehouses. It's a very diverse real estate investment trust. It has increased its dividend over time as well as Realty Income. It slowly increases its dividend over time, but it's a very strong real estate investment trust. I think it's very stable. It wasn't really affected that much by the market compared to EPR Properties, which is entertainment properties. Those guys have, let me just adjust this a little bit. Those guys have, been hit hard, obviously, because it has the symbol EPR, and that's going to be a big issue, in the long run. Once they finally get the vaccine, that'll be fixed, and it shouldn't be too bad. So we got 2 right now, Realty Income. Second one is Stag Industrial Complex. I would say EPR Properties is a wild card. The third monthly dividend stock I'm going to discuss is Pembina Pipeline. That is a very strong monthly dividend stock that has increased its dividends over time. It is not as aggressive as Realty Income, but it has increased its dividend over time. This is a stock that basically has been very stable over time, has not been really affected too much by the bug. PBA is a symbol, and if you look at its stock and dividend history, it has gone up a little bit. So, it has increased its dividends. It seems like it's stable just by reading the reviews on Zacks and other websites. Morningstar really doesn't discuss it that much. I usually look at Morningstar more for ETFs and mutual funds, but that's another one that I have in my M1 Finance dividend portfolio. And at the end, I'll probably put it in the screen at the end, but that's going to be a good one to look into. Look at its dividend history. It's a little bit better based on what I looked at. It's a little bit better than Stag right now at the moment with increasing dividends over time, but it's just a very stable company so far. Some people discussed with me Shaw Communications. They really haven't. I'm going to look at it for monthly dividend income, but it's really hasn't increased its dividend, as much or significantly enough for me to be really convinced that that one will be a game changer compared to Stag, PBA, and Realty Income. So let's see, we discussed Realty Income, we discussed Stag, we discussed PBA. Okay, I discussed EPR, Shaw. I mean, EPR right now is down. That one you should get when it's low. The next one is a real estate. I'm sorry, well, I'll discuss that one at the end too. But the next one is a exchange traded fund. It's SPHD. It's by Invesco. It has a 0.30% expense ratio, and that has increased its dividend over time. It is down right now. And with my M1 Finance portfolio, I have changed my percentage to be a little bit higher with these guys, because if I have that stock and I also have Pembina Pipeline in there, those two will give me monthly dividends. That way I can buy more fractional shares in the long run. So if I get about 20, 30, I mean, obviously probably need about 100, but if I get, a lot of shares in those, I can really start getting those monthly or the quarterly dividend stocks start kicking out more dividends, and the reinvesting will make things a lot stronger. The compound interest will start kicking in. Final one I want to discuss is LTC Properties. That gives off a monthly dividend. It's a real estate investment trust. It's actually a pretty strong real estate investment trust. It's very diverse. So you have realty income that's, kind of like owns this, that, these, and those. And I mean, they're just such a stable. I mean, just go to their website. It would take like an hour just to describe like what they own and how diverse they are. They're just really good. They own a lot of shopping centers with very stable companies. Stag Industrial Complex is more industrialized real estate investment trust. LTC Properties is more of a real estate investment trust for like acute care facilities, people that are in the elderly population. And unfortunately, people are getting sicker, and they're saying by 2050, 1 in 3 is going to have type 2 diabetes and 1 in 3 is going to be obese. So that's something that is somewhat concerning, but those seem pretty stable. I know that there's actually a lot of real estate investment trusts that are that are healthcare centered, and I'm trying to think of a few of them. Welltower, I do have Welltower on my M1 Finance dividend portfolio. That one was hit hard a little bit, but it's going to go back up. So there's just a wide variety of stocks that you can have. So if you do invest in real estate investment trusts, I did have rich uncles. They got hit pretty hard, and when the net asset value went from $5 a share to 32 cents a share. But I'm not really sweating bullets that much, because I have a very diverse real estate investment trust portfolio. I have I have Stag, I have Main Street Capital. Main Street Capital is another good one to look into. I also have EPR Properties. So the more diverse you are, your real estate investment trust. Now, shopping centers, I would be careful with shopping centers, just because of that's a lot of malls are closing. There's one that I looked into that like owns jails, which is kind of interesting. If I consider buying it, I'd probably post a stock and dividend analysis on it, or if I own it. But those are my 5 picks right there. So you have Realty Income, Pembina Pipeline, SPHD, again, expense ratio 0.30%, LTC, and let's see, I said Realty Income, LTC, and Stag. So those 5 dividend stocks have increased their dividends over time. Some of them more aggressively, like some of them a little bit more slowly, like LTC and Stag. But Pembina, it's nice monthly dividend. So, that's something that I like, and I don't see them, going down the tubes or anything in the long run. So I keep a close eye on them. Slowly, if you just go on Google right now, after you're done watching this video, Google search PBA stock, and you'll see it slowly going up, the price per share. Not too aggressively. It's not like, where it's going up like crazy. EPR was going up a lot. But obviously with what happened with, the entertainment properties and stuff and the rates, there was a very diverse stock, and it was a very exciting stock. But unfortunately, it because of the bug, I mean, my bricks rate, that was a monthly dividend. That's going to suck. I'm still waiting to hear from the board of directors. I'm probably going to send them an email. It's probably going to be done in private, but I'm really just going to sum it up with what I'm going to send to Mr. Brahms, that, this is a guy that used to work for Realty Income. I'd give the guy another chance. I mean, how can, the government shut down everything? So, I mean, things didn't look too well for him. And, it makes him look bad, but it was out of his control. I mean, he didn't give any promises or anything like that. So things pretty much went down the tubes. But, these monthly dividend stocks, I mean, I have a goal to make $1,000 to $3,000 a month on my monthly dividends and $2,000 to $4,000 a month on my quarterly dividends. And the nice thing is, if you make that and all of a sudden I want to pay for a vacation, normally I wouldn't do this, but I mean, worst case scenario, instead of doing a drip, I would just say, well, I'll just do this, or I'll just, take the dividends this time. But the nice thing about real estate investment trusts, if you look at what is a rate and what they do, they have to pay back a certain amount of money for investors, or else they get penalized. So that's the important thing about a real estate investment trust, and why they can get by and not be penalized and everything. So that's for this month. Those are 5 dividend stocks that you might want to look into. I pretty much woke from a nap. As you can tell, I'm drinking coffee and it's 4 p.m. But some monthly dividend stocks that I also own: Gain, Glad, Land, LAND. I just saw an article that they acquired a orchard farm, which is pretty cool. And those monthly dividend stocks are nice, and they're down right now. So, don't rule out, putting money in those type of stocks. It's really exciting to see, my M1 Finance dividend portfolio grow. I'm close to receiving $100 in dividends since I started putting money in, which is pretty exciting. So, I mean, I can't disagree, but I got to be careful with putting more stocks in. Because if I put, more stocks in, I can't really, it'd be hard for the compound interest to kick in. So I really need to focus on LTC, PBA, and SPHD right now. Then, once these dividends start kicking in and stuff, that's when the excitement starts happening, and I can start buying more stocks and more shares and this and that. So, I feel like I'm headed in the right direction. I just need to put the brakes on a little bit and start putting money in my stocks, just leave them alone and go from there. I made a change with IEP, obviously, because of Hertz going down the tubes wasn't very attractive. So I had to change my ways and change my strategy. I have things like Cheesecake Factory that are doing really well for my portfolio. But these monthly dividends, if you have a fractional share portfolio, these monthly dividends can help you out a lot. Even if you have a bond fund, I mean, you're still going to get money out and still going to get money back. So it's pretty attractive with that. Although I'm not considering bonds, but they do give off a monthly dividend. So that's the one thing that you might want to look into. There are some very cheap funds out there too. FAX is a symbol, gives off a monthly dividend, and I'm trying to think what other one. PGX is a pretty good one. It gives off a monthly dividend. It's fun, but those really don't increase their dividends and stuff. So some of them are just a flat rate, 8 cents per share, and it is what it is. But you got to watch those expense ratios. So let me know what you think of this video. Again, make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss future videos. And make sure you give me a like on this, because I put some time in this, and a lot of dividend investors need to see these type of monthly dividend stocks to get their portfolio going. Because I fully believe that you should have monthly dividend stocks and quarterly. I mean, I do have Disney, which is semi-annual, and I think some of my 403b, some of my mutual funds just give off a yearly dividend. But that's pretty much it with my 5 dividend stocks, monthly dividend stocks that I recommend. Let me know which ones you have. Let me know which ones are effective. Let me know which ones that you would avoid, like the Black Plague. So thank you again, and have a good one.